Alright, we're going to wrap up today's standard segment with some Golos field. Golos refers to the Tireless Pilgrim here. Field refers to Field of the Dead. The mana base in this deck is literally 4 Field of the Dead, and then the rest of the lands are all 1 of. So I've not vetted the mana base, but it's probably fine. We've got a smattering of different ramp elements and other payoffs and some sweepers and some Legion's Ends. So, you know, let's play some games. Let's dive on in. Let's get greedy, chat. Let the Golos greed flow through you. Have you tried the Impossible Burger from Burger King yet? I mean, if it's the same as the Impossible Burger from other places, I've had the Impossible Burger in general. I've not got it explicitly from Burger King yet, though. It's interesting that Burger King's the one to add the Impossible Burger, because, like, they've always had a veggie burger. The Impossible Burger is fine. I'm someone who's never really minded the what's it called? What's the one I'm thinking of? The, like, bean type patties. KFC is doing some vegan type stuff. Neat. Hopefully Popeyes adds something, because my wife loves Popeyes French fries, so we stop there and get her that and some food sometimes. There's nothing there I eat currently. I'm missing red and black here. I don't think that's strictly true, Jinx. I think there's a lot of people who are vegans or vegetarians because of animal rights reasons, who like the taste of meat still. For people like myself who are largely vegetarians, I don't really care for the taste of meat. Things that look to imitate meat are a little bit less appealing. Or people who eat less meat for trying to prevent climate change reasons. Things like that.
Stand by and watch. Nothing.
Oh, did I just skip getting a black source? I wasn't paying attention. I might have just skipped getting a black source by mistake. He definitely was not paying attention if there was a black source in there. If there was, I definitely should have. Oh, there wasn't? Okay, feel less bad. Hey, I'm just happy to do my part, Ecker. Often talk about on stream how it's important for people that are more fortunate to pay their fair share. And when I am fortunate, I like to do the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do this for X is 6. This way, if we find a tapped black land, we can put it into play. Or just a Field of the Dead to make some extra zomboys and girls. Alright, so I'm going to send these two at their Teferi, and I'm going to send this at them. So they can either kill one of my things or take 3 less damage.
This is hardly my worst defeat. I am not going to sit this one out. No, I am not making this up as I go.
Did they really just bounce? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, did they really just bounce my Hydroid Krasis? What am I missing? Oh, you know what? Something I didn't consider earlier? I should have looked at how many red sources versus black sources were in my deck when I took this over the black land. Because, like, we've drawn 2 more red sources here. Alright, so I think, So regardless of what they block here, this dies. I think I want to just draw a card. I could, like, play this Golos out aggressively and, like, get my black source to start activating it next turn, but I feel like that's necessary. There's more black than red in the mana base. Okay, so taking red was correct then. That makes sense because there's Legion's Ends in the deck, right? So it makes sense that there's more black. Hone your prowess. Perfect. Rewarded for not being aggressive with the second Golos. We're just unlucky. Hashtag never lucky. Stop trying to tap my draw land. Let's go get a black source. Don't need another land. This'll almost certainly be a matchup where these time wipes board out. But it's not a big deal having them in the main because, like, this matchup's almost certainly good for our archetype. Alright, so they're dead. What kind of mouse do I use? I have a Logitech MX510 that's almost old enough to drive. It's seen some stuff. That's really clean sideboarding. It feels, you can tell when decks are thought out a little bit because, like, I went to sideboard here and I was like, oh, I've got 6 cards in my main deck here that suck against control, and I cut them, and I'm like going through the sideboard, I'm like, oh, I've got six cards to bring in that are good against control. Just easy, 6 or 7, I've lost count there. Easy and easy out. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, sweet. 7 in, 7 out. Am I using the sideboard guide? I didn't know you sent me a sideboard guide. So to answer your question, no. Oh wow, you wrote up a bunch. Esper control. Did I do what you said to do? Oh, you bring in the ley lines? Really? Oh, you're worried about unmoored ego. That makes sense. Ley line beats ego. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, we'll bring in ley lines if there's a game 3. I accept your premise. Nothing to see here, just misclicked, very unlucky. Nothing to see here, nothing suspicious at all. Shock this and go. We're in match one, game 2, Dimmick. Those are excellent cards to have off the top of our deck here. That's pretty unfortunate. I think I'm actually countering the first activation on this because I want this this Overgrown Tomb. So, Rejuvenator still works with Ashiok in play, but both Golos and Root fail to work. Leyline also protects us from this down tick, which is cute. Look at that. Our opponent helping us out there, letting us discard this otherwise dead card. Alright, so we're looking for a blue source here at some point. Hopefully Rejuvenator help us find that. Oh no! They just milled trip blue sources, chat. They milled trip blue sources. Unpopular opinion, I like Golos Field as a deck. I think what Golos Field as a deck is doing is neat. I think from a perspective of what these types of decks tend to do to the format, it tends to be bad for the format, though. Like, this card pushes traditional mid-range and control out of the format, just plain and simple. Field of the Dead should have been legendary. I agree with that. I think that would have been an appropriate balancing mechanic for it. Field should have been legendary. I'm inclined to agree with that. That's cute. They just filled their graveyard up. Yeah, so they don't like making legendary lands because legendary lands feel bad when people play multiple of them, is what it comes down to. Alright, let's do that. Who wants to take their ass can to chat? Should I have waited for them to flip it? Maybe I should have waited for them to flip it. That's very possible. The sick part here is, like, even if they take this, we just, like, Teferi pick our other agent back up. We should never flip it. No, you can flip this. You're thinking of the interaction with Nicol Bolas, the Planeswalker. Nicol Bolas, the Planeswalker, you don't want to flip. This one you can flip. I have every color here, right? Right? I have every color. So I'm just like getting an arc or another field. You have white, blue, green, black, red. Alright, third field it is. So, the 4-mana Nicol Bolas, he's explicitly different and you don't want to flip him because when Planeswalkers transform, they have to exile themselves and return back to play. And when you exile and return to play, they go back under their owner's control. Well, that's nice. They played a Bolas the Citadel for us. Arc over field unless you're a superhead. I think this current board state qualifies as superhead.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I feel like superhead has been declared. Yeah. Getcha. We'll finally finish that cast blue and green spells quest we have. Mono black was not so useful at finishing that one. Playing Grixis against this deck feels pointless. Yeah, I agree. Mid-range, traditional mid-range and control are basically unplayable against this deck, this style of deck. This and your arc field, just all these field of the decks, just put them to shame. Oregon Crete, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for your Prime this way this month and keeping me employed. Yeah, this is fine. If there's something aggressive, we might get run down, but like, plenty of colors, double rejuvenator, send me up. I think I bottomed that against turn 1 breeding pool. I'm gonna be sad if they end up being a Nissa ramp deck, but I think most of the breeding pool decks in the format I probably don't want to time wipe against. Yeah, these various Golos and Yarok field decks are much better against Ego than like the old the Bantscape Shift deck that did well at the Grand Prix. Alright, so it's a race to Nexus then. Missing red. I think I'm just like bottoming anything that's not Nexus here. I guess that bounces this. That was wrong. This interacts with this. No, not real. Not what's it called? Questing key soup. The keyword soup card is good. Questing Wildebeest or whatever it is, it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, so it runs past zombies. Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? I say, what? You could say our opponent just exerted their electro dominance. I feel like we're dead. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go to the game 2. Alright, so this matchup seems kind of hopeless. I guess this kills Niv. This could technically take their stuff, I suppose. The They're probably a counterspell-based deck, right? So maybe I want Veil of Summer? Leyline stops their win conditions. Not really, chat. The Niv Mizzet's just gonna kill you. Hey, thanks for the 3 months, Silver Star. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Like, I assume they're gonna have a way to, like, bounce or interact with stuff in their deck too, as well. Which seems a little less than ideal for me. Alright, let's try this. Time Wipe kills Niv. Kinda. It's expensive and clunky, and it kills my board, too. We also, like, can't really run our opponent down with fast zombies. They've got a bunch of flame sweeps in their deck. I bet one of the part of the appeal of playing the opponent's deck is it's likely very good against decks like ours. They just Electro-Dominant something else, right? Hopefully this hits a land so we can Golos with Veil up next turn. Rats. It's still pretty good. We get to Root with Veil up next turn. Yeah, Electro-Dominants can target themselves. That's exactly correct. I already have all my colors, right? Blue, white, green, red, black. Don't spell pierce me. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, surveil away, baby. So if we hit an untapped land next turn, we can Treachery with Veil up. Do you have the dragon? Now the opponent's just playing a bit of a brew, Silver Star. Alright, so do I just Golos? I think I just Golos here. And I'm gonna hold on to the Agent of Treachery for a Niv rather than taking this, I think. Agent would steal and then we could take another turn. This doesn't ignore timing restrictions. Yeah, I guess this is pretty good for us, huh? I'm just gonna let that happen. I'm gonna use this to force through something else later. Stop a counterspell. Deal. Yeah, there were a bunch of people playing Reclamation in the Rivals event yesterday, but that's because it's a little bit better when some things rotate. Mustache, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Also, this was the most played deck in yesterday's tournament, and no one top-8'd with it, right? If I recall correctly. Were there any in the top 8? I don't remember. I don't think there were. It doesn't really matter what we scry here. Because this is going to happen, and then I'm going to Nexus and shuffle. All right. And we still have a Field of the Dead on top, so that's fine. That's fine. Not a big, no big, no big. Is my deck list from Rivals up somewhere? Yeah, you can always find all of my past deck lists on my Stream Decker page, listed down below. You can also find all of my past deck lists on my YouTube channel in the video description of every video that I post. Lots of great ways to find that info. You fried him, he's dead. If I do... So this Nexus isn't lethal, but it could be, right? If I, like, draw another one. I'm one short on casting Nexus. That's sad. Alright, dear opponent, please don't kill me. They have 8, 9. So they have 27 mana, which means they can deal 23, so we're dead to Expansion Explosion. That's kind of gross. Oh, I could have played Golos and activated him, right? Yeah, you're right. That's better. I was thinking I was one short, but I did have a land, right? I could have shocked this in, because I drew this, but I could have shocked this in. And then we'd have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 when we found one, so 13. Yeah, I totally could have. Wow, they drew Expansion Explosion. Oh, that's so unfortunate. There's no guarantee we win, but I could have given myself 2 more chances to find Nexus there. Oh, that's a tilt. Oh, yikes. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So, there's no guarantee if I activate Golos that we win there, but we'd have had a better shot than just, like, having no shot. No idea, Corel. Someone on Reddit probably pays attention to that kind of stuff. I usually don't. No, there's not, because it shuffles your deck and then draws them at random. Slow start. I gotta imagine the mono red matchup is atrocious for this deck. Leyline is Sanctity's probably good here. Well, them missing their second land drop sounds great. Land. Tilt. Tilt. I'm definitely blocking here. I think I'm just going to continue playing blockers out. That'll play. I think that's a fair trade. Did winning Twitch Rivals lead to a surge in subs? It did not. Is there any difference between being at 8 life and being at 7 life? I feel like there's not. I feel like there's not. Well, that's unfortunate for our 28 land deck. Yeah, Golos' stat line might be okay. If we're exceptionally fortunate and get another turn, we can start activating this. And maybe, if we're really lucky, they just won't get another turn, right? Anything that's not a life gain land, we're going to bottom here. Alright, I assume we're not getting another turn. Like end step strike, untap strike, I assume, or end step strike, untap lightning. Yeah, gave ourselves the best chance to win there, I think, by digging for a life gain land. That's all we could really do with what we had. Gain another point of life or take an extra turn. Leyline is great. So the sideboard guide that the player sent to cut 2 Nexus, 4 Risen Reef, and a Growth Spiral. Four Risen Reef, a Root, a Growth Spiral. That looks good. Oh, I didn't cut a Nexus. Oh, they want the extra Teferi in. Sure. Client's lagging. Mulligan delay line, right? Oh, this isn't super exciting, but I think I keep it. Like, Leyline's also just nice and castable in this deck too, which is good. Pyromancer's like the delivery guy who won't take no for an answer. I got 2 damage here and somebody better sign for it. Yep. Somebody's face is the place. Pyromancer doesn't care about the specifics, but somebody's face is gonna take a little bit of a trip. That is tapped currently, huh? It's untapped after I play this Temple Garden, though. I'm gonna bottom that. I think we just have better draws. This is the part where we get Chained Whirler and then curl up into the fetal position and cry. If you would have told me before we started today that I was about to get dumpstered by Mono Red playing this deck, I'd have been like, yep, sounds right. 1 land off of field starting to go work. If we don't die this turn, I get to Hydroid Krasis to gain 2 and then start making some Zomboys and Girls, so like maybe. Yeah, not having to deal with Goblin Chain Whirler is a big deal. It's a real big deal. It's pretty rare that people include sideboard guides. But yeah, if you really want, if you wanted to include one, you could just put it in the deck description. Sounds like, you hear that, chat? Sounds like greed dying to basic mountains. Sounds like greed dying to basic mountains. We did. We played some basic mountains yesterday. It was a good old time. Good old time running folks down. I think I've just bounced the Jade Light here. Alleviate some pressure on the table.
That's more like it. Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
This one is hopefully a dunk from here. We get to unlock these time wipes. If we draw an untapped land, we can actually go Risen Reef, time wipe, pick the Risen Reef back up, which is funny.
I know my responsibility. I'll protect you.
Nah, we've got plenty more Search Reaper. It's not really a big deal. I'd rather have some extra blue mana. Now we'll grab red, though. Do y'all remember when Command the Dreadhorde was the biggest go over the top card?
Don't worry, I got it.
Thanks, Bebo. Nah, it's fine. I don't think anything's ever going to change that relationship. Yeah, they might have another command. Let's find out. Nope. Even if they do have another command, I could just like sandbag time wipe.
Now what? Here we go.
Do 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 do. Alright, so green black rock type stuff, I guess. I think I just like board up a little, right? Extra time wipe sounds good too. Legion's End seems fine. Arboreal Grazer doesn't really block super meaningfully. Let's trim that. Teferi's just okay, stopping them from, honestly, giving them access to instant speed. Giving them access to their thing at instant speed doesn't seem particularly great for us. You think I want Massacre Girl? Yeah, I guess she's probably a sweeper, right? Sure. Whoa, that's a weird... Did they do that before? Look, I'm scrolling up. The cards are... You can see the cards behind the sideboard. Is that a new feature? I feel like that's a new feature. Veil does not stop command from grabbing things out of our graveyard, unfortunately. It's been doing that to me for a week or two. Okay, maybe it's done it before and I haven't noticed. Sure. Sand just needs a third land to get Rejuvenator going. Rejuvenator can unlock blue, and once we unlock blue, Golos. Golos and Reef drive us home. We have a Scry land as well here, so a lot of good chances to hit things. Yep, definitely keeping that to turn through Rejuvenator. Perfect. Leave the basic in the deck so we have more untapped lands to draw to later. I have any thoughts on the Vamps list? Not really, Marty. I don't know. I think I kind of agree with losing the big go over the top feel felt kind of medium. I felt like that was part of the appeal compared to the stock list, the stock 2-color list. Having more random getcha moments felt good. I don't have any more. How many more elementals? Let's trade here. Thanks for the 17 months, T20 Bandit. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't have double blue, which sucks. Did I just Hydroid Krasis as a 4/4? I could also Golos. The problem with Golos is I kind of want to get black, but I should probably get blue. I'm just gonna do this. See if we can draw a blue or black tapped land. Then we can search up the other. Perfect. Perfection. He's dead, Jim. You got him. How loyal is your Nissa opponent?
The land fights for us.
Yeah, it seems like having Nissa and Little Vraska would tax your lands a good bit. How'd the recent tournament where we rocked aggro go? Had a good run. Had an above average run. Thanks. I appreciate you, opponent. OP should have sacked Nissa. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Looking at my hand, I feel like all roads were heading towards Rome there. You're pretty dead regardless. So we've been playing Arena for like 2.5 hours, and we're literally at the exact same spot at the ladder as when we started. Just been like up, down, rubber banding all around. Do I have any other tournaments on the horizon? Not digital tournaments that I'm aware of. I might play some Paper Modern next month if the Saheeli deck I've been liking feels good with Once Upon a Time, but nothing guaranteed. Oh, you know what? There's a Moto Modern tournament on October 12th. But if you're not into suffering through Magic Online, I don't have any more arena tournaments coming up now. Where am I going to play Paper? There is a Nerd Rage event in Chicago the 3rd weekend of October that I might attend. Huh? I'm actually just gonna Legions End this. The Elementals deck probably doesn't have that many other Legions End targets, and like I have an untapped land here. Yeah, that slows them down a good bit. Deal. Am I gonna do both events for the NRG? Maybe. I gotta talk to the boss. Christy might have something on the Saturday. I'm not sure. I gotta figure out. She definitely has something on the Saturday. I gotta figure out if we can get someone else to watch the kids. Golos is a great pickup here. They're still pretty far off of this, so I'm just missing red mana. So I can drop Field and then Golos up a red and start hammering him next turn. They hit a ramp spell here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That means if I Golos, they can take him. Maybe I just jam him anyways. It might just be that I jam him anyways just to get the ramp going and the zombies sooner. I don't have anything else meaningful to do next turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, sweet. So we could do this and then do this and then we could Teferi pick him back up. I'm keeping that there. Oh, wait. They're gonna get to agent plus duplicate agent, aren't they? I don't think we can beat that. Yeah, I think we're dead. I couldn't end step Nexus, chat. I didn't have 7 lands. If I'm end of turn Nexusing, it's not happening for 2 more turns, and they're going to Agent of Treachery and take 2 of my lands away the following turn anyways. So this is great. Sweeper's great. Steal some of their stuff is great. Teferi to pick my stuff back up that they've stolen is great. Your basic mountain sideboard, you can go back and watch the match we just played, but it's like these 3 cards, or these 3 cards here. Your matchup against basic mountain is awful. These greedy 5-color mid-range decks have a real bad keep you honest matchup. I don't think I want to get rid of Time Wipe. I don't know. Just like trim a couple of Risen Reef. Yeah, Agent of Treachery's ability is blue, so giving hexproof from blue stops it. Okay. We don't. It's great. Every non-aggro deck with 2 or more colors is going to play 4. Get them while you can. Hoping to hit a couple of lands here. And hands like this are a good example of why, like, leaving the Krasis in is a fine idea. Because, like, we just hit a couple of lands, we generate a bunch of mana, and then Krasis is a card that, like, draws us a bunch of cards. Always want to play our tapped lands out first. That way we can have this. Ideally, we'll hit, like, another tapped land or something next turn. And then this comes into play untapped on 4 and lets us root. I think the new fetch will keep 3-color decks playable. That question's a lot more complicated than just the mana. You have to answer questions like, is there a worthwhile payoff for being 3 colors? Does playing 12 shocks hurt you enough that the aggro decks punish you? How many double cost spells are you wanting to play? There's a lot of questions that you have to answer. It makes playing cards like Kaya's Wrath more awkward in 3-color decks. Well, opponent missed a land drop at least. We got that going for us. Are they pushing monocolored with adamant? Are there any adamant cards that look constructed power level? Because I haven't been paying super close attention to the spoilers, but I also don't feel like I've seen any adamant cards that looked like they were constructed power level. I'm missing red and white. Client lag. Thanks for the tier 2 resub, Quazu. I appreciate that for the 3/4 of a year. You can let me know if there's a deck in the queue you'd like to bump up, or you're welcome to save your bump until after some decks with the new second in there. This is where the magic happens. Maybe eventually. This is where some client lag happens and some magic happens in between the frame rate lag on occasion. Yep. Yeah, any land is great here. We get to go tapped land on 2, untapped land. Probably Rejuvenator on 3, just get the more likely ramp going sooner. Well, we'll just slide these over here because they no longer really have text. Esper will become blue-black mill control. Probably not. There was a black-white control brew that looked kind of neat in the Twitch Rivals tournament on Tuesday. Something like that could be expanded a little bit if I wouldn't be surprised. There were a lot of neat enchantments in... There are a lot of pretty neat enchantments in this set so far. So, like, Mortify stock could be going up again, potentially. Blue-black. Blue-black's gonna have a hard time being control colors without a real sweeper. And, like, white got another good... Actually, straight blue-white control might be okay. Because we got the Giant Sweeper. The Giant Sweeper is really sweet. That card's super powerful. Overwhelmed Apprentice does not... I think it's bonkers. I'm not sure that card's playable. I would be surprised if that card's constructed playable. So, next turn, we can Krasis for 2. Potentially.
That's more like it.
I know this isn't going to actually happen, but the idea of Adventure Giant, Play Giant, Bounce with Teferi is hilarious. See, that sounds actually very reasonable to me, to Rook, because both of those cards are individually constructed playable. Yeah, the new Mythic Fairy is very good, too. Alright, I'm adding blue-white control a list of things I want to do in the new format, huh? Yeah, adventures are not only good against theirs, but they synergize with your own as well. The fairy cannot bounce your giant. The fae explicitly only bounces cards that are your opponent's. Sometimes reading the card explains the card. Which fairy? The new 3/1 adventure card. I mean, Niv's not a tempo card, but like blue-red control maybe. When can I submit my Black-White Knights list for Ellen's Reign? Tomorrow after the full spoilers posted. Just as a general note for people who want to submit decks with the new cards, build around submissions are open now. So if you have a card or set of cards you want me to build around, that's a minimum of a $25 donation for subscribers. That can get submitted as early as today. Tomorrow, once we have the full spoiler, you can start submitting your own specific deck list for as little as $10 for subs with cards from the new set. And then, what was I going to say? Also, keep in mind, if you're going to send a little bit more money in, I have the deal running with the popcorn as well. So if you want to get yourself a treat and support my son's Cub Scout pack at the same time, consider picking something up from there. Also keep in mind, for those that are not familiar with my deck queue process, obviously all of your decks don't get played instantaneously. So as you play games and practice between when you submit the deck and when it eventually gets played, you're welcome to update and make changes to it, so long as you don't change the archetype that you've submitted. Does Jake win anything by you shilling Boy Scout popcorn? They technically have like a little prize set of things they give the kids for selling, but he's not getting any of that. He doesn't need it. I'm shilling popcorn to fund the pack. This is the only fundraiser they do all year, and it pays for all their activities. And if they overfund, they take the money and do community projects with it. So Electron, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Okay, well, apparently massive amounts of client lag means we eventually just get a crash. So hopefully after this client crash, we can reconnect today. These people are great. Buy their stuff. This application's coming out of beta soon, right? It's super ready to be called an official stable release. Super ready to be called an official stable release.
Let's slow this down.
Do I get to reconnect? Do I get to reconnect? This is exactly what happened yesterday. We weren't able to reconnect when it crashed in the middle. Every update brings us closer to Magic Online. All right, let's kill it again and try one more time here. It does the rush sound effect. It doesn't reconnect. Yep. Yeah, I need to get my graphics guy to make up a banner for the popcorn.
Right on schedule.
Okie doke. Well, I was thinking about maybe playing one more with this deck, but that ends that idea. Oh, look! Did you see timeout use flashed on the screen? So, like, the game is there. We can hear it. The timeout's going down. It's just not getting rid of this screen. That's excellent. No, I can't click on anything. All right, well, that's going to be it for my arena segment for today. That's going to be it for that. Look at that. I can even hear my opponent's